cruise lines are not going to advertise these tips. And honestly, some of them, they don't even want you to know, because the more you know, the less you overspend. And if you hate the idea of paying full price for anything on a cruise, this video is for you. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Well, there used to be a few well-known money-saving tricks that cruisers swore by. The truth is that many of these older hacks just aren't working as well anymore. That's why I put together this list of money-saving cruise tips that work right now, including a few new ones that you have never heard of before. And stick around until the end because I am sharing a few unique bonus hacks that, while they won't work for everyone, I have a feeling that there are probably a couple that might work for you. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Number one, sign up for cruise line emails. Now, even if you've already done this before, there may be something that you're not taking advantage of. Now, when you have a new account that signs up for cruise line emails, sometimes what they're going to do is send you a coupon code that you could use when you make a new booking. So even if you've already signed up for cruise line emails and they send you some deals and promotions and maybe some packages that are on sale, what you might want to do is actually open up either a new Gmail account and sign up for those emails again so that you can get that coupon, or have your spouse sign up for the emails if they haven't done so already. Free or discounted drinks. Now, there are actually opportunities to get free and discounted drinks. Now, of course, you can buy the beverage package if you want, but if you're not somebody who drinks a lot, this may not necessarily be the best value for you, but there are some different ways. Now, firstly, check your daily planner to see where might they be offering free drinks on your cruise. Now, some cruise lines are actually going to offer free champagne at sail away. Virgin Voyages, as an example, does this. Other cruise lines are going to offer free champagne or sparkling wine on formal or captain's night. And almost every cruise line has free champagne art auctions. Now, something that I have seen in the last couple of years is sometimes you're going to find free champagne or sparkling wine shopping events. So if you're somebody who likes a little bit of retail therapy, look out for that. Now, if you're a past passenger, be sure to head to the past passenger party. Oftentimes this is available even if you've only gone on one cruise with a cruise line, and there are usually several cocktails available. Happy hour specials. Now, this is something that I hadn't seen in a little while on some cruise lines, especially as drink packages have become more popular. But recently I have started to see them again. Now, you really do want to take a look at your cruise planner for this, because depending on the cruise ship, the happy hour may happen at different times. And while the drinks won't be free, if you can get your drinks for half price, that is certainly a very good deal. Hidden cruise discounts. Now, these are some of the most overlooked ways to save a really big chunk of money at the time that you're booking your cruise. And it's not only new cruisers who don't know about these, but even experienced cruisers aren't aware of all of the different programs available. Now, very important, make sure that you do look into this before or at the time that you are booking your cruise. Now, what are some of the discount programs available? Military personnel. Now, depending on the cruise line, you may qualify for a 5 to 10% discount on your cruise, or up to a $250 onboard credit if you are either in the active or, in some cases, even retired military. Teachers, depending on the cruise line, you may qualify for a 5% discount on your cruise. And in the case of Holland America, a $100 onboard credit even if you are retired. Healthcare and first responders. Now, not every cruise line does offer this, but it is definitely worth checking those that do. Heroes, Margaritaville at Sea has benefits for military and first responders to educators, medical personnel, and government employees. And while those are very specific, you can also check for senior discounts that might be available, as well as resident discounts. Now, in some cases, the savings won't be huge, but every bit that is in your pocket is a win. Skip the cruise line excursions. Now, shore excursions are a big part of going on a cruise. But if you've taken a look at the cost of those excursions and put them into your cart and thought, gosh, that has really added up quick, well, that's where Shore Excursions Group, the sponsor of today's video, comes in. You can save up to 40% off by booking independently with Shore Excursions Group while getting high quality, smaller group tours that many cruisers say are even better than the cruise lines. Now, I discovered Shore Excursions Group a couple of years ago, and since that time, my family and I have done excursions with them in the Caribbean, in Canada, New England, in Europe, and the Mediterranean, and most recently on our Mexican Riviera cruise. And I have to be honest, beyond the savings, which can add up to hundreds of dollars, what I've really liked best is the smaller group sizes. Instead of being packed onto a big bus or boat with 50 other people, these tours are usually just a small group, and that makes such a difference. You get a more relaxed experience, more interaction with your guide, and often more time at the stops that you care about most. Now, I'm often asked for recommendations for reputable tour providers, and I'm very comfortable recommending Shore Excursions Group. In my experience, their tour guides have consistently been professional and knowledgeable. And if you're a nervous traveler like me, you'll appreciate the fact that I've also always found them very conscientious of time to get back to the ship. Now, for extra assurance, Shore Excursions Group does have a back-to-ship guarantee, as well as 24/7 support for travelers. Now, I did want to give you a couple of extra tips and tricks. What you'll want to do on the Shore Excursion website is you're going to want to check out the multi-port packages for additional savings on some of the most popular tours. And if you're looking for something more personalized, private tours are available too. Now, it's really easy to find excursions for your cruise. Just go to their website and enter your ship and sail date, and you'll instantly see all of the excursions that are available for your specific itinerary. Now, I'll leave the link to Shore Excursions Group down below in the description of this video, as well as a pinned comment so that you can check out the excursions that are available for your cruise. Internet savings. Now, these days, the cost of internet on a cruise can really add up. And I know for many of us, it is hard to go with zero connection during an entire cruise. So I have a couple of tips. One of them is to check if the packages is shareable. And in some cases, if you get one package, you can actually just log out and have the other person log in. So if you're not on the internet all the time, this can really work. Or buy a multi-device package where you can have 2 or more devices all connected, even if they belong to different people. Get an eSIM that works on cruise and land. Now, if you're thinking eSIMs don't work on cruise ships, there has been a change in about the last year. There is now the GigSky Cruise and Land eSIM package. And this is for somebody who doesn't use a lot of internet, but if you're somebody who just wants to stay connected and doesn't want to pay some of those, well, higher fees that cruise lines often have on the internet package, this can be a very good alternative. Utilize your loyalty benefits. Now, you might be surprised by how many people just don't use those loyalty benefits, and partly it might be because they don't even know what they are. Now, I'm talking about things like a free bag of laundry or free drink coupons, or a 10% discount in the Onboard shops. Now, new this year, be sure that you get recognition for loyalty by a sister cruise line. Now, I'm talking about the cruise lines that are part of Royal Caribbean Group, so Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Silver Sea. And I'm also talking about Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania, and Regent Seven Seas. Status match. If you are considering cruising with MSC or Virgin Voyages, at the time that I'm filming this video, they are still offering a status match program. So if you've reached the higher tiers of any other cruise line, be sure that you fill out the status match form on their website before you book your cruise so that you can take advantage of the loyalty benefits on that cruise line. Don't buy these things on the cruise ship. Instead, bring it from home, because this is one of the ways that cruise lines do make a lot of money. Let's face it, the things in the onboard shops, on the most part, are going to be priced higher, especially for the basics, than you will find at home. Now, I'm talking about over-the-counter medication and even some first aid treatments. Now, not only is it going to be more expensive in the shops, but if you do have to go to the medical center for any of these small treatments, this is where it's going to really add up. Make sure to bring all of your toiletries from home. Now, this includes your sunscreen that on a recent cruise I saw was priced at $25 in the shop, and your seasickness medication. Bring snacks. If you like things like chips and Pringles and even maybe cans of soda in limited quantities, bring this from home because it is going to be significantly more expensive on the cruise. Bring a refillable water bottle. Water bottles can be priced at about $4 per bottle on the cruise if you do not have a water package. And what you can do is simply refill these at water stations or in the buffet. Save money on transfers to and from your cruise. Now, if you're 2 or more people, it is usually going to be less expensive if you take an Uber to or from your hotel or the airport. Save money on hotels and parking. Now, parking at the port can really add up, although I have to say it is pretty convenient and I often do it. But there are some alternatives. Now, depending on the cruise port, you can find some hotels that offer a cruise and parking package. And along with that package, they're also going to offer you an included shuttle to the port. Now, I know a lot of people do ask about this, and it's going to differ depending on the embarkation cruise port. So if you have any recommendations of hotel or alternative parking, please add that to the comments below, because I know that that is going to be a great resource for other people. Book early and check for price drops. Now, this is usually the very best way that you can get the lowest price on your cruise. Now, there is an exception. I'll share that in just a minute. But first, when should you book your cruise? Well, if you know that you're doing a bucket list cruise, you really want to do it. The prices are typically out about 18 months before your cruise, so you'll want to book it then. And if you have a cruise that is during the holidays or spring break, or really a very special itinerary, as early as possible is going to be your best bet. And then what you're going to want to do is recheck the price often up until the final payment, because in most cases, the cruise lines are going to honor any price drops up until then. Now, there are 2 other times that you should watch for the lowest prices on your cruise. And now that is typically when final payment is due. And for many cruise lines, this is going to be between 90 and 120 days before the cruise. So that is the time that if the cruise is just not selling as well, or maybe a lot of people have canceled their cruise, then the price of the cruise might drop around then. And the other time is in the last minute range. Now, last minute for a cruise could be anywhere from a few days before the cruise to a few weeks, about 4 to 6 weeks before a cruise, depending on the time of the year and popularity of that sailing. Book your next cruise on board. Now, there's more to it than meets the eye, because I recently found out about something new that I really had never heard of before. So first of all, if you're on your cruise and you're loving your cruise, consider booking your next cruise on board. Now, you don't actually have to necessarily choose your sailing. Oftentimes you can pick an open booking, put down a deposit, and the benefit is that you are going to get some sort of promotion. Now, the promotion is often either a discount or a future cruise credit or an onboard credit that you could use at the moment. Now, beyond this, you can also, when you get back from your cruise, you can still work with your travel agent to be able to finalize any of those details and even help you to pick a future sailing. Now, this next tip is very specific to Norwegian Cruise Line, but then I have a more general one, and then I do have some bonus tips or hacks that you're definitely going to want to know about. So if you've cruised with Norwegian Cruise Line, you know about the Cruise Next certificates, but do you know about the Cruise First certificates? So what you can do is you can actually go on Norwegian Cruise Line's website and purchase a Cruise First certificate. And that is for even before you've gone on a Norwegian cruise, that you can actually put down a deposit. So as an example, if you put down a $150 deposit for this Cruise First certificate, you will get the equivalent of $300. Now, something I do want to note is to check the terms and conditions to see if this works best for you. Get the shareholders benefit. Now, just to let you know, something that you can do is you can stack a lot of these benefits, like a lot of the ways that you can get additional onboard credits and things like that. And this is another way. I think a lot of experienced cruisers are doing this. So if you're somebody who's just getting into cruising and you're really liking it, this might be something that you'll want to do. Now, what you can do is you can purchase 100 shares of a cruise line stock. Now, what I'm talking about, for instance, is Royal Caribbean Group or Carnival Corporation or NCLH. And basically within that family of cruise lines, then if you own 100 shares, when you do go on a future cruise, on one of the cruise lines within the family, is you will apply for that shareholder benefit, and depending on the length of your cruise, you can get up to a $300 onboard credit. Look for Black Friday sales. Now, Black Friday sales may not always give you the lowest price on your cruise, But historically, it has actually offered up some really good prices on some of the packages, including Wi-Fi packages and drink packages on several cruise lines. All right, here's some bonus rapid fire cruise hacks. Book an inside or an ocean view cabin and skip the balcony. Many cruisers tell me that this is something that they have started to do as the prices of balconies have increased quite a lot over the last couple of years. Now, if you have a cruise that is very port intensive, why not? That might be one great place to save money. Take your own photos using the cruise ship's backgrounds. Now, of course, don't do that while a photographer is there or if there's anything blocking the way, but some cruisers say that this is something that they are doing. And if you don't want to use the photographer's background, I always think the very best background is the ocean itself. Take a repositioning cruise. There typically is no lower priced cruise per day than a cruise that starts in one destination and ends in the other. Skip a cruise port one day and instead stay on the cruise ship and enjoy the cruise ship's amenities and attractions. Cruise pre-holiday. If you love the idea of going on a Christmas cruise but don't love the price, consider going on a cruise around December 10th or December 16th, where you'll have a cruise ship that is beautifully decorated for the holidays without that holiday price. Cruise math. Prepay everything, and then when you get on board your cruise, it's practically free. Now, I'm going to leave the link to Shore Excursions group down below in the description of this video, as well as a pinned comment, and I would love to hear from you. Please let me know what are some of your favorite money-saving cruise tips and hacks. Let me know down in the comments below. I know that that is going to be a great resource for other people. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now and happy cruising.